I'm not gonna lie, that was freaking heart-shattering.
Yeah, we've all been there.
And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, it's taken so many pivots, so many reframing, like so many moments of just being at the lowest of lows. But also all of that was necessary in order for me to be the girl that's sitting here.
Welcome back to Hey Babe, Can We Talk? With me, your host and bestie, Drea Renee. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is the place for the hot mess expresses, the black sheeps of love, and for those who just can't seem to get it right when it comes to matters of the heart. I am you, you are me, we are one, and if no one else gets you, I do. And if you're returning, I missed you, and we're gonna have a great episode. On today's episode, we have the beautiful, energetic Skylar Sorkin with us, you guys, the host of the Regardless podcast, and we have so much juicy stuff to talk about. We're gonna be talking about how do you keep it real regardless of the chaos in dating. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe, and comment down below because I'd love to hear from you. And without further ado, let's get into it with my girl, Skylar.
Hi, Gorge.
Hi, Skylar. You or me, we are the same person.
Okay.
What?
No, this is crazy. Like, actually.
No, it is.
We're the same.
We're the same.
Which is so refreshing because it's so hard to meet other women, especially in LA, that just see me and share a similar energy and zest.
I'm not for
life.
everybody, girl. I'm
No,
not for everybody.
me neither.
Yeah. People see me and they're like, no. No. And I'm like, okay, I'm not turning it down.
But at least I'd rather be real and me than not. And if you fuck with me, you fuck with me. If you don't, you don't.
And you're a Scorpio, honey, so I just got goosebumps. Because when women tell me they're a Scorpio, I'm like, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But it's weird because yes, I'm very passionate, as you can tell, and aggressive in a way, but I'm also very loving and sensitive and compassionate, and I'm not the super jealous type.
Yeah, the loyalty in the Scorpios is real. Like, if they're with you,
we're with you.
With you. But when y'all cross the Scorpio lady, it ain't no good. It ain't no good for you. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. I'm super excited to have you on the show. I'm super excited to hear about your podcast, your life, how you did all the beautiful things. So let's get into
Let's do it, girl.
Regardless of what anybody's got to say. I think I'm going to just be adding that in to everything.
Please do. Honestly, this word it's so funny because now when my friends say regardless, they're like, oh my God, Sky.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
So please use it. It's an instant
to.
shift. And I'm so, so honored to be here. Your show's incredible. I'm a huge fan. And thank you for opening this space to me and my truth.
Yes. So talk to me about the podcast. Where did it come from? Talk to me about the word regardless and what that means to you.
Of course. So the word regardless was birthed from, honestly, just shitty experiences navigating my 20s it started in college where I had an aha moment of what in the world did we learn from lecture? Yes, these are tools and resources as it relates to theory that I can use to help me in my career, but where are we actually learning the life skills that we need in order to thrive in adulthood?
Right.
And so leaving college and going into the real world, obviously we're bombarded by so much, especially as women. Social media, comparison, keeping up with the trends. I'm flipping exhausted. And I think what we're seeing now, especially as it relates to the rise of AI and even looking on Instagram, one of my girlfriends is like, Sky, I've been following this influencer who I thought was a real person who's actually a freaking AI robot. And I'm
so
like,
good.
It's insanity. And I think just the rise with social media trends really living in this plastic era, I think we're losing what it actually means to be real. And what does that mean for women?
Right.
And for me, the word regardless, when I do get stuck in comparison or those comparison traps where you don't feel enough or you feel like you have to keep up with the Kardashians all the time. It's regardless of that, what is my truth and what's in alignment with me? And the word has really allowed me to step into the most real, resilient, and confident version of myself as a woman navigating 2025. And hopefully through the podcast, through the course, through my events, I'm really here to be a support system, to be a voice of realness for women in this world navigating so much noise, whether
Yeah.
it's through the dating apps, through social media, through the plastic era, or even AI. So really, regardless is real. And regardless is something that we can define for ourselves, because I can't sit here and be like, look, this is what realness is for you. I don't know.
Right.
You have to define that for yourself.
Thank you. That was so beautifully said. And I want to give a shout out to you, to your podcast, with the events, everything you're doing. It is amazing. You guys make sure you check it out. It's so good. It's so well done.
Thank
you.
you.
Well done. But you're right. I mean, this race to keep up with everything is crazy making. And I think the mindless scrolling, online dating, all
Yep.
the things, keeping up with the AI. I'm not going to lie. When I first saw some of these AI models, I was like, what in the actual? Like I felt, I was so self-conscious about myself.
Yep.
That's like a real vulnerable moment that I'm having.
Absolutely.
You know, I got so in my head and I'm like, this isn't real. But then I look
No.
at the comments and people are talking to these AI robots like they're actual people. Like, oh,
Yep.
I'd love to be with you. I'd love to take you
Yep.
out. And I'm like,
Yep.
what is happening? Like, where are we going? And as we continue on this journey of this perfect body, this perfect hair, I mean, you really have to stay true to yourself, and it's getting harder and harder to do.
It's crazy. And then especially as it relates to beauty, which is one area that I'm super passionate about. It's like, why are we trying to keep up with these trends that are dictated by who? Who? And why are we trying to keep up with the Kardashians when we just saw that Kylie Jenner admits that she's gotten work done, which I
First
think we
of
all
all,
knew.
Girl.
We all knew that.
Be for real.
But it's like now the trends are going back to being really skinny again. And like, it's like, why and who are we doing this for? And I think we're really losing as humanity
Yeah.
what it means to be human.
Yeah, the individual journey to just say, this is you, this is Skylar, this is Drea, and let it be that. I feel like we're all trying to just be the same, and it's really making everybody really crazy.
Absolutely. And like,
Yeah.
regardless of all of that, like, who are you and what's important to you? And that's massive, especially
Yeah.
as it relates to dating.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm super
You
stoked
just
to be here.
totally synced. I was about to say in dating.
Sorry, it's like what happens
No,
to,
I
like, two
love it.
podcasts.
I love it. No, I was like, yeah, and we're going to circle it right there. There we go. Yeah, in dating, I mean, oh, Skylar.
Oh, I know.
Whew. I'm going to take a pause for the dating. I've taken a break recently. There's no one texting me. It's quite lovely.
Okay, that's actually super nice.
Like, but I mean, for real. Because, you know, sometimes everybody's like, ain't nobody on my phone. You have a couple little trinkles here and there. I got
Like, for
nothing.
real, like no
for
one.
real. Like, I'm not
I'm
waking up
proud of
going,
you.
I'm just waking up
No.
going, oh, hey, mom.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So this is interesting because I'm in a very similar era as you. Actually, you know, maybe there's a little
I
trinkle,
think-
a little like maybe
always a
one
little
DM
trinkle.
and maybe one text, but
There's always a little
I'm going to be
sprinkle.
honest, there's no one that I'm individually actively like pursuing right now.
No one's like right here in my
No,
face.
me
Where
too.
I'm waking
Same.
up going,
No.
he hasn't texted me.
No.
What's going on?
No.
I don't have any of that.
Me either.
And it's really nice. But I will say the peace and the quiet that I get from being alone, it's so beautiful. And then sometimes I'm like, this isn't the goal to stay here, but the goal is to know that I can do this.
Yeah.
And like, cool, check, I'm doing it. But then I'm like, is this gonna be so great that I'm like, I don't want anybody to come in here. I do get nervous about that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. But I do think
Because as soon as I like somebody, girl, I'm like, what are you doing? Where are you
yeah.
going?
But also, isn't that like a spiritual assignment to where like you can actually practice the things that you've been working on individually and then
Yes.
put that to practice in the real world? Because I think dating, it's a mirror of like your growth.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of fun. Like I see it as like, it's just shift. I think it's pivoting how you see dating.
Yes, and I'm working on that. And you're right, it does show where you are when you start dating and you're like on a date with someone. But girl, when I like somebody, I always talk about the line. There's an invisible line that I cross and I like the person, and then like I can't really like, yeah, like everything I was like working on and thinking about, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to do now. You know, and I hate this. It's like I'm cool as a cucumber. I'm not worried about the text. I'm not worried about nothing. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh no, I like them. And I just act like a weirdo. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes. But do you have ever moments where like you're able to like reel it back? Because I think that's inevitable for women.
Yeah. I do have
Okay.
those moments. And like my friends know
Yeah.
the truth. The guy thinks I'm like totally normal.
Totally.
But my friends know that like I'm a kook.
But I think that's every girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I think we would be lying if all of us were like, oh, like, I'm not like waking up. And if when you really like a guy, I mean, that's what liking is about. And that's what makes it actually kind of fun.
Yeah. I do.
In a weird way.
No, I do enjoy that feeling. When you do really like somebody, you get the butterflies.
Yeah.
And you're excited to get ready to go out with them. Like, I miss all that stuff.
But it is like flipping annoying. It is in a way. It is.
I'm like, I'm just going on with my day, eating my avocado toast, hanging out with my cats. Then I'm like, where's that text at? It's noon. He hates me.
Yes. Yeah.
Skylar's like, okay.
I'm the same way, but recently, like, I think this is what it is.
Okay.
When you like a guy, you want to text them.
Yeah.
And you will text them.
Yeah.
Like, roles reversed, same shit. If a guy likes you, you will know.
And
I'm
you
sorry.
do know. They're so
no
clear.
question. So when we're questioning, to me, it's like, okay, Sky, you need to get your ducks in a row. Refocus.
Right.
And you have to just make that pivot regardless.
Okay.
Regardless of what signs you are or not or aren't seeing.
Yeah. Because you know, we all know, like, there's always been that one guy where you're like, okay, this guy is ready to go on a date. He's ready to get married. Like, they're so clear. And they always make plans right away. They need to know when they're going to see you again.
And for me, I don't need you to be texting me all the time. Quite honestly, I don't have time to be texting you all the time. I'm working.
I want you to text
Okay,
me.
love that. But I think the thing is, like, after the first date is if they are making plans to see you next. I'm like, I'd rather have
make
in
them
person.
Quickly.
Oh,
They usually make them quickly. Like, at the end
when
of the
am
day,
I seeing you next?
when am I seeing you next?
Next, blah, 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 we'll go here. That's
But if they say anything of like, yeah, let's touch base. I hate the phrase touch base. Touch base.
Yeah, touch base.
Get out of here. I hate that.
I hate that
We'll
too.
circle back to the end of the week.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this, a conference call? I'm like, I'm trying to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's stay in touch. You know, we'll connect. I'm like,
Yeah, I hate that. What is that?
they don't like you. That's what it is. That's
See?
what I've learned. They don't like me. That's what I'm
See?
learning. You know what I mean?
So when you don't get that text back, I think it's like, all right,
Exactly.
ducks in a row, focus back on me.
Focus back on yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes. So we had a little chat before the show about your journey from breakup to breakthrough. Talk to us a little bit about that. So, like, that moment in your life was like terrible, and then you came to this beautiful place to where you are now. Like, with that person, you thought they were the one, and now you're here. Was that the podcast part of that journey?
Well, I've been podcasting for 4 years now.
Okay.
So I think, yes, regardless, she's a living entity and she's been evolving with me since college to being 27. So yeah, I think regardless has grown because I've grown.
Yeah.
And I use her as an outlet to share what I'm learning, experiencing, going through in real time. So 100%. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was freaking heart-shattering.
Yeah, we've all been there.
And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, it's taken so many pivots, so many reframing, like so many moments of just being at the lowest of lows.
Yeah.
But also all of that was necessary in order for me to be the girl that's sitting here.
Yes. I agree with you.
100%. And I honestly think it's like my relationship to, not to him at all. It's my relationship to adversity, to the unknown, and to honestly like choosing what I want to do with this heartbreak.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's a journey in itself, because when you're being shattered like that in those moments, like I'm having like vivid flashbacks of my own heart being crushed. You know, you can't see it when you're in it. You can't see it. You're in the fetal position crying and hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
That's how I go through a breakup, you know.
Or your nervous system
my
completely
God.
shuts down.
Shuts down.
100%.
Shuts down,
Yeah.
you know, and I can't see. I remember there was a time I was in so much pain, like, you know, your friends are trying to say those things to you of like, you're gonna get through this, it's gonna be okay, you know, or, you know, this is a lesson, it's taking you to the next thing. But when you're like in it.
No, and that's the last thing you want to hear when you're going through. You do not say that to someone.
No, one of my friends learned very quickly, girl, don't come at me with that. Don't come at me. I just want to hear how terrible he is, and I'm in pain right now. And that's it. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it.
And I think you have to acknowledge the fact that you're allowed to be in pain.
Yes.
And what's so hard is that living in the digital world, when we're looking for something to grab. We go to our phones. I mean, we're addicted
Right.
to it. And then we start scrolling and we see everyone's perfect life and relationships and people getting engaged and babies. And it's so easy for you to kind of get lost in what could have been with this person.
Yeah.
And how, you know, I think a lot of influencers talk about heartbreak, and I don't think people are actually really like honest about it being okay.
That is
to
why
not
I have this
be
show.
fucking okay.
That's why I have this show, because that's why I always say this is a place for the hot mess expresses and the black sheeps of love. Because when I go through breakups, especially like in my past, before I was like done all this work on myself, I literally thought I was going to die.
Yeah, you
and I was
feel like
the
you're
most
gonna die.
dramatic of my friends about it. And I started to feel like ooh, I feel like I'm a little bit different, because I'm more upset about their breakups than they are. You know what I mean? And they're like, Drea, I'm over it. Like, it's okay. It didn't work out. And I'm like, but are you okay? They're like, are you okay? Like, did you date him?
yeah.
You know, I was taking this stuff so harshly, and I had to pull myself out of that. And that was a lot of things. That was more about like my own self-esteem,
Yeah.
how I saw myself, the people that I was choosing. It was all a reflection of who I was at that time. But even if you pick the right person or do all the things, it doesn't mean it's going to work out, and it can still end in heartbreak. But how you get through that journey with the support around you, like those are the things that really matter.
And I want to go back to what you just said. If it doesn't manifest in the way that you want it to,
Right.
being in like a long-term relationship with this person, they're not the right person.
Yeah.
I think that we can get into a relationship thinking that they are the right person. Obviously, that's why we're there. That's why we're showing up every single day. But when someone shows you their true colors and they're not in your life, they're not the right person. They're not your
Exactly.
person.
Exactly.
And that's why heartbreak is so difficult and heart-wrenching, is because you are grieving what once was. You are
Yeah, or
grieving
what
the
you
debt,
thought the
what you
person
thought it
was.
was, or where you thought it was going.
Yeah.
And for me, like, I remember when we were kind of talking about some ideas, you mentioned like, Sky, like, it must have been so shocking. Yes, it was so beyond shocking, this breakup. And at the same time, thank goodness
Right.
that happened. Thank goodness he showed me what he was made out of. And I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw this quote and it really resonated. And I want to share this for anyone at home heartbroken right now. The person who breaks up with you is who they were all along. That person in the moment who broke up with you,
Right.
or however they're acting in any given situation, that's who they are.
That's who they are.
And
That's
your
who they
brain
are.
is going to want to remember the good, because our nervous system and our mind is trying to protect us. Like, that's
Right.
what fight or flight does. But that's how they are. That's how
who
they
they
show
are.
up in adversity. They're not here. So
Exactly.
sorry, but like, we got to move through it regardless.
Yeah, regardless. And my mom used to always say that too. She's like, you want to know who somebody really is? Watch who they are when you guys break up. And I would say in my whole life, I think I've had maybe 2 partners that we ended things and they were lovely.
Yep.
They were lovely. And I was like, oh my God. But I'd say the other few people, I was like, yo, what is this? And granted, some of them was when I was younger. And so like everybody's like trying to figure it out. But like going through ending things now with people when they're like atrocious, I'm like, what is happening? We are full adults.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember in that moment of the breakup, super weird. I was like processing this episode with my mom because we love her. And your questions and just who you are and this topic is so important. And I was remembering, like, in the moment when I was processing, I mean, I wasn't processing when I got broken up with. I was fucking ripped apart.
Your brain's hijacked.
No,
your brain's
completely hijacked.
Yeah, it's gone.
I was like hyperventilating.
Yes, of course.
Of course. And something happened, though, which I'm really proud of my younger self in that moment for doing. Because he showed me his true colors, and I knew that he never saw me. He like never fully respected me.
Did you know that the whole time? Like you felt that the whole time?
There were tons of red flags, but my loyal ass we're like fought and showed up and wanted it and thought that he could get there. And you know what? That's an amazing quality of who I am, and I will never get rid of that. And I can't wait to share that with someone who actually deserves it.
Exactly.
But in that moment, I remember being so shocked but also like, whoa, like this is you. Mm-hmm. And somehow it's scary. And somehow like my future self, not that I processed anything, but she came down, she's like, no, like not your guy. And in that moment, I was able to still show up in a way that to this day, I am so proud for how I closed that door, and still with him discarding me, not being okay with my career, I still looked him in the eye and I hugged him goodbye and I said, be well, babe, be well.
I just got goosebumps. I don't know. That's tough.
But I have to say that comes from like a deep knowing yourself and like being like, I'm gonna this is for me, and he's gonna forever remember that moment and never meet a woman who will ever love herself to be like okay with.
Yeah, because I mean, most of the time these things are not ending like that. I mean, there's a lot of messy texts and crying and yelling.
And there's no one right way to do it.
There's no one right way to do it. Absolutely not.
But it is cool that I did have like a channel of my future self. Not that I processed it, but she was able to be like, no.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. No.
And then you could do all the other stuff at home.
Oh, alone. Once he left, I was...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like we're on the same page as far as like the antics of like, you know, after a breakup.
Oh,
like,
it's...
Yeah, girl, that's why we got this show.
And thank freaking God.
Yeah, because I was feeling so alone in these things of like how I was processing. And there's a guy, Mark Groves. I don't know if you know Mark Groves.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Mark, if you see this, you saved my life. Truly, Mark Groves saved my life. I was in my room on the floor, fetal position crying, like thinking, God, any sign that I can get out of this. Yeah. And then I thought I would clean my room. I was like, I'm gonna start with cleaning my room. Turned on YouTube, saw Mark Groves, and it was something about breakup. I clicked on it, and then it was like a light shined. And he just changed everything for me.
What did he say?
He was talking about keeping it on yourself. Like, I'm thinking about the ex. I'm thinking about what he did, all the good times, thinking about it. And he was like, think about your accountability, the choices you made. And anytime I put it back on myself, I was like, I can't remember the name of the episode. This was like years ago. But I remember writing down facts and staying out of my feelings, right?
Yep.
So like, what are the facts?
Yep.
And then I went back, I have goosebumps, like thinking about the beginning of the relationship. Like, what choices did I make to go forward with someone I knew was wrong for me? And it wasn't about like beating yourself up, but like taking an honest inventory. Like, I said yes to someone who drank too much and showed me that on the second first date. I said yes to someone who lied to me and they smoked cigarettes, you know, just all these things. And then once I was really like, dang, taking inventory, taking accountability, it didn't take the pain away, right?
No.
But it gave me a little bit of like agency.
Absolutely.
To my own choices. Because I was like, he did this and he did this. And Mark was like, hey girl, what's your part?
And this is something that I think especially, I hate to stereotype, but it's true. I think I'm seeing this around me all the time with my friends and just Gen Zers in general are not really taking radical responsibility over how we are showing up in relationship to other people and ourselves. And I love what you said. I read this book. Of course, I'm blanking on the name right now, but this book got me through my breakup, and it literally had us go through, it was a massive journaling process. It probably took me like a month to do all the work. But again, it was all about facts. Like, what did I put up with? What was I telling my friends and my family about him? Like, how was I protecting him?
Yes.
And it actually, like, it's like, it really forces you to take radical responsibility and to hopefully learn from that relationship and to like celebrate what was good about that.
Yeah.
And I think when I look back and like I have moments of being alone where I so desperately miss him, I reframe that and I go, Sky, do you actually miss him or do you miss something else? I'm like, yeah, companionship. All right, well, I brought companionship and I can bring that to myself. Everything that we experience in a relationship together is because I was the other half of it.
Right.
And like taking back the layers, it was because of me.
Right.
It was my energy.
Yeah.
And I can bring that to myself regardless of having a partner.
Regardless of having a partner.
Or not.
Exactly.
Whatever it is.
So that's like why now with dating, it's like trying to be authentic to myself, because I molded myself in that last relationship to kind of be, some of it was even subconscious. I didn't even know what I was doing. The layers of who I truly was, my light was just dimming. dimming. And so now when I go on dates or when I was like in the dating process, staying true to Drea regardless. Because like I said earlier, I'm an acquired taste. I am not for everybody. I got a lot of energy. I'm at a 10, you know? And I can't have somebody being like, whoa. And I'm like, is it whoa, I like this? Or is it whoa, I'm not calling her again? But whatever it is, I'm going to stay at a 10. Regardless.
That is so needed as a voice, as a role model, because I think a lot of people do dim their light in order to be a cog in the wheel, whether we are scrolling on social media or we are on the dating apps. And everyone, even like watching Love Island, like why is it that everyone is looking and acting alike? And I think we're really missing as women what actually creates our superpowers, and that's really leaning into our quirks. And I love how you are that authentically.
Girl. Yes.
Because that's what my platform is about.
Yeah.
Is like really bringing that back. And that doesn't mean that every girl listening out there has to be a 10 or has to have our energy.
No. I'm saying do whatever it works for you. Because how beautiful is it to be in a relationship with another human being and you can actually be your full self. Lashes off, makeup off, my little moo that I have at home, just the whole thing. And to truly be like, this is Drea.
Yeah.
And now look, you're gonna make some compromises in your relationship, but I do think one of the blind spots and dating apps, especially because they're so crazy, you find yourself attracted to someone and it can become performative. You know, they're like, oh, I like X. You're like, oh my God, I love X too. That's so crazy. You have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Like, I'm gonna get home and chat GPT it. You know what I mean? But you have no idea what they're talking about. But he's so hot. You're like, me too. I love it. I love golfing and surfing. I'm in for it. Not at all.
I know. And it comes back, like, I think one of the ways that I really stay real and true to Sky on social and in real life.
How do you do it with the socials, girl?
Girl, it's hard.
It is hard.
I get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
I'm human.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard. That's why I've created my platform, is because I get it and I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Like, why is it that I'm in pain?
No.
When I'm scrolling on Instagram, when I'm swiping on the dating apps, like, I don't think we're really...
Well, we're not even there. We're not even there. We numb out and your brain gets hijacked the same way it gets hijacked in the breakup. I feel like it's like I put a chip in my head or something. I'm like, I'm getting on Instagram.
Yep.
Hello, scroll. It's like, I'm telling you, there's like some sort of AI energetic thing that happens because I will literally put my phone down to not be on Instagram.
I mean, we're addicted.
Then I pick it back up.
We're addicted. And we're addicted to that dopamine hit. We're addicted to instant gratification. And quite honestly, like, one of the reasons why I'm able to show up confidently, and I get this question a lot, like, how are you so unapologetically you? How are you
really
so confident?
are, Skylar. You walk in like...
But it's like a muscle. And that muscle of like building confidence and realness is going to look different for all of us. Like that's why I want girls at home listening. Like, this is relatable content, what we're talking about, because like you have to figure out like, what is your energy? How are you going to show up?
Yeah.
And I really think it goes back to regardless and the mindset and the pivot and really what it is and how to be like the regardless girl.
I love that.
Is knowing yourself, is like really knowing your values, like your why, also your limiting beliefs, like how do you get in your own way? What tends to hold you back?
What tape is playing in the background? That's what people don't think about all the time. What is playing subconsciously? I'm not good enough. I'm this.
Or I don't deserve him because of X, Y, and Z, or whatever it might be. Or typically going after the same type of guy when you're not getting the results. That comes back to like knowing yourself. And a lot of people, because we're so addicted to the instant hit from scrolling and instant gratification, they're not willing to do the self-work or their inner work because it takes too long.
It takes too long.
That's the fucking problem.
And that's what we're doing too in dating. If somebody does one thing wrong, I'm like, I don't like the way he chews.
And access.
I'm out.
There's
so much access.
And
options.
options.
I can find somebody who chews a little quieter than this. So I don't like his calves. Why is his hand so small? You know, it's just, it's like Drea, stop it.
No, trust me. I get it. I'm the same way.
I'm like, my kids can't have those calves. Yeah. That's a real story. That's a real story.
But like, doesn't mean that they will have those calves, because like,
I know, girl. One time I was on a date with this guy and the meter was about to run out. And so he ran across the street, and that run, I was like, okay, well, that's going to be a wrap for me.
Or, you know what, I can't, like, see, like, dangling legs.
I can't see a dangling leg.
Or
Skylar.
someone's feet lifted up. I can't. Like, keep your feet on the floor. Keep them on.
A man with a crossed leg and the arm. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
sorry.
I know that's, yeah.
But then this is, again, see, I need to really, but who knows? They might be so in alignment. Like, you know what? I'm willing to.
I can work with a dangle leg.
Me too. No, I can work with one dangle. I can't work with both dangles.
Right, okay. I get what you're saying. One
Like,
dangle. We're going to get right.
I can do one.
But the guy ran, Sky, across the street, and I was like, what was that? What was that run? His hands just lost. They left his body.
Were they like this?
Just went. And I was like, oh. And he came back. He was like, so what were you saying? I was like, I think we should get the check. Poor guy.
Those situations are really hard to navigate.
It was so hard because we had plans after.
I know, that's really hard. But I think it's better to be honest. Like, truly.
No, but I like, sent the
actually,
text.
I'm really proud of you. I mean, like, I'd rather you
body
be
control,
honest with,
you know, it could be indicative of the things.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I can't.
You are flipping hilarious.
I can't.
Gotta keep it
I was
real.
like, no family functions where there's running because I can't. I'm sorry. Like, I can't.
And that's huge because that's like working out, moving your body. Like, God forbid. Yeah, you need to run a lot in life.
Just, you know, so I always, now I want a man to run before I like him. I'm like, could you just run?
That is so.
Okay, I can do it. All right, that's cool.
Okay. Non-negotiable. Unlocked.
No crazy runs. I mean, we're joking, but look, I mean, if things were working, I could be like, babe, just don't run ever. Ever, please. You know, if you could just not do that, that'd be wonderful. But you know, look, I keep it real. I just say the stuff because,
but
like,
I love that.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people don't keep it real.
No, they don't. I do.
Yeah. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
and especially like as like friend to friend, like those are my type of women that I like to surround myself with. So never change.
I will not be changing.
Good.
I will not be changing.
No, you won't.
Skylar, you've been so amazing.
Thank you
for just being honest and keeping
Oh my
it
goodness.
real.
And I feel like
Regardless.
I just like touched the surface of a lot, but hopefully this was helpful and inspiring, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Before we let you go, we're going to play a little game of red flag, green flag. Make sure you say red flag, green flag.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you different questions.
Oh my God, this is so fun.
I'm going to ask you different questions. Like, if you're dating someone, they do these things, what do you do?
Okay.
Do you continue? Do you not continue? But you must say red flag, green flag for those who are not watching the visual experience, that are listening.
Okay.
Text you back quickly. You send him a text.
Green flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Hello.
Right? I love a quick text.
Me
back.
too. It's like, I love it too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Says I love you after 3 weeks.
Red flag.
You're not having it. Okay.
Yeah, no.
His mom still does his laundry.
Red flag. You can tell that was a trigger.
Yes, I saw that. Yes. Has kids.
Okay, for me, red flag.
Ooh, okay.
Right now, I'm 27.
Oh, God. Okay, totally. Hello. There we go. Asks you to track you or wants to share locations after like a month.
Red flag. Jesus, people. These are good questions, though.
Thank you. Does TikTok videos as like a living. He's a content creator. He's like, hey, babe, do you want to do a dance?
For me, it's not that it's a red flag or a green flag. It's just I don't need more of that in my life. So it's a red flag.
Okay. Shows up on the date and he has bad style. You're like, whoa, but he's cute. You're like, God dang, he's hot. But you're like, what are those shoes? Why did you do that?
That's a yellow flag.
Okay.
Depending on his. That's hard. I mean,
but he's hot. You come in with a package, but you're like, wow.
If you're willing and open, I could absolutely help you get there. So that's a yellow flag. If depending on your relationship to being spontaneous and trying something new.
Okay. All right.
Can I do that, or do I have to pick?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
But if you had to pick one, what would it be?
Red flag, because I think style is super important.
Okay, but it's like fixable.
But that's not a green flag.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know, but like sometimes when a hot guy doesn't know that he's hot, That's hot.
That is true. Okay,
That is
now that you put
hot.
it that way.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
I
green
like
flag.
it. I like it when a guy doesn't know that he's hot.
Oh,
That's
me too.
so
But
hot.
that's not, I didn't know that context.
Yeah, like a bad, you know what I mean? Bad style. He's not thinking about fashion.
Okay, green flag.
Yeah. I'm like, let mama help you a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's fun. It's like a little project.
A little project. Okay.
I love
Can
this
only
game.
share his emotions when he's drinking.
Red flag.
Red flag. I mean, listen, some people like their cocktails.
What?
Yeah.
No, yes, but like
But
that's.
I'm just saying that they too can then only express themselves.
True.
Because think about it. When people need to have hard conversations, they don't always do it. They need
yeah,
a little
not my guy.
courage.
Not my guy.
Okay.
Like, yes, but we should not be having all of our conversations over alcohol.
Exactly.
Hell no, that's a red flag.
Wants to introduce you to his friends after 2 weeks.
Green flag.
Yes, right? I love that. Did I already say wants to move in?
No.
Wants to move in after 3 months.
Well, if I'm like 32 and I'm like right now, are you saying right now?
Right now, girl.
Red flag.
Okay, Skylar's not having it. I love that. Okay, that's it.
Can we end on a green flag? Ask me something that you think that's going to be a green flag.
Something that's going to be a green flag. Wants to take you on expensive dates every single week.
Green flag.
Exactly.
Take me to the south of France.
Right? Can we get a little France trip? Well, thank you so much for being here, Skylar. You've been amazing. Is there anything you want to leave our viewers with about dating, breakups, anything?
Okay, so I do want to say one thing.
Yes, say it, please.
I know it can feel really debilitating when you continue to put yourself out there and you're on the apps and you're doing all the things that you should be doing. I just want to leave you with this because this is an absolute normal feeling and I feel this to a T. But when I find myself feeling hopeless or feeling like, oh my God, my timeline comparing myself to everyone else that I see on social media, I always tell myself this. Wouldn't I much rather meet my person in 1, 2, 3 years from now at that level of my self-growth versus where I am right now?
Okay.
And I think we look at this word like hoping for someone to come. Nah, guys. Find that joy, find that fulfillment from yourself. And even like just being real with you guys right now, I'm like in my growth founder era, getting my business running, getting my finances ready, getting my health together. Like I would much rather my hubby come in my life when I'm like, we're solid.
Right.
And we can build this together versus coming from a place of me.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Yeah. But sometimes they sneak up on you.
They do. And
Right
it's
in
not,
that.
and exactly. And it's not to say don't
Yeah.
look for that.
But don't be like sitting there like, why is it not happening now?
But when you find yourself getting into those wee-wo moments, like come back to that. Like I'd much
Yeah.
rather meet him at that level of me.
Right. And taking us to the south of France.
And knowing that like you got to walk towards the love of your life.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
And it starts with you.
Starts with you.
As cheesy as it sounds, because sometimes I really get, like the toxic positivity.
Oh yeah, no.
Like I can't.
No, I'm not a toxic positive.
Like sometimes,
girl.
but sometimes you hear all the things, especially being in LA. And so I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm just having a bad day. Leave
But
me
that's
alone.
not keeping it real.
Yeah.
Like shit is gonna happen. Shit is gonna suck. Shit is inevitable. But it's like, how are you going to show up? How are you going to pivot? How are you going to grow regardless of those things? And none of this is easy work. But like, hopefully we can be two voices of reason and realness to be like, babe, we see you. And
I love
this
that.
is like one way that you can pivot into a better place to call that love of your life in.
Amen. I love that. Thank you, Skylar. Yay! Mwah. Love
You're
you.
amazing.
You're amazing.
Your
oh, wait.
show- yeah.
You're great. Because we're losing amazing, remember?
Oh, thank you. You're epic.
There
You're
we go.
beautiful. You're vibrant.
Every other word. Yes. I love it.
Thank you for holding me accountable.
Thank you. And I will keep doing that. All right, guys, as always, do not forget this is the place for the hot mess expresses and the black sheeps of love. And before you go, make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe, and comment down below. Until next time, I'm Drea Renee, and this is Hey Babe, Can We Talk?